Hi everybody, I hope you've had an amazing sewing week. I feel quite enthusiastic about the things I've got made. I shared my big spring plans. It was a big video, I know, last Sunday. If you've not checked that out yet, go back and have a little look at that. It is a long one, you might want to cover, but lots of people have watched it and said they feel very inspired by it, and I feel very inspired by it. So I have got a new pattern I'm going to come to shortly, and a couple of things that I've done. So are we ready? Let's go and find out what I've sewn. So the first thing I'm going to show you is what I'm wearing, and that is the Italian Dupe Charlie sweater. Seems to be currently turning into my favourite sweatshirt. This is the round neck version, and I'm now taking 2 inches off the sleeves to give me that sort of perfect length. I'll drop a picture in of the sleeves. This fabric was the fabric from the last Fabric Obsession box. I sewed it up quite quickly because the fabric was so bulky, so I got the full, I used all of the rib for the neck, the cuff and the waist, and I've got 1.4 meters of this left. My friend Lynn might want it, so I'm going to pop along on Sunday to sew to and see if she wants it. And after, if she doesn't, I think the rest will be going on Vinted because I just don't have anywhere to store it. And I'm moving into spring in my makes from now going forward. So it was lovely to sew with. I was a little bit worried because I've felt fabric like this and not bought it before. So the external bit, the quilted bit, it's really soft, the cotton. It's the inside bit I wasn't sure of. I've got a bit of a sensory thing about some fabrics, but actually it's absolutely fine. So I'm pleased I got it in the box, because I think sometimes with a box, it's nice to get something that you think, okay, where do I go? What do I do with that? Now my daughter, she said make jogging pants, but I'm not sure I could. I mean, like, I'm postmenopausal, she's got a long time before she hits that, so I don't think I could wear this in a full outfit, but you might be able to. I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody makes. Everybody was shouting at me when I shared it, make a bomber jacket, but I just knew I wouldn't reach for, personally, for a black bomber jacket. I've got some other, like, I've got a black linen jacket planned. I think I want to do a neutral one, white or like a beige nude linen. So yeah, I knew that if I made a black one, it would just sit there. At least with this, for the remainder of this year's winter, I can just bung it on, nice, warm, cosy make. So I do, what size do I do? I think I'm pretty much doing a straight 16 in most things now. There's no alterations on this other than the sleeve length, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So it's the, I don't know how well the camera will pick it up actually, the quilted fabric, and as you can see, I got the, which box am I? The cool box. So it's probably easier to show you on the cuff, the black rib with the silver glitter. I think there'll be a lot of sweatshirts made out of this. I find with that length of sleeve, it's just sitting in the right place for me. Now I'll drop some pictures in, and I'm really excited because I've got it on with black cords today. Black cord sapphire pants that I made when we came out of one of the lockdowns. So it was either 2020 or 2021 when I made these. Then I ran them in a few times. So sapphire trousers are from Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. They're one of the few that I kept. And then I moved on to the Suero pants because I think I like the swooshiness of the legs. But when I put these on today, I thought they're a great fit, Alison. So I've still got the pattern. I think I might go back and revisit it in my wide leg trouser quest that I'm on for the rest of the summer. So in a nutshell, that is that one. I have got some fabrics, I know, what can I say, coming. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to apologise. I'm not even going to pretend I'm not going to buy anything before the Stitch Festival, because we all know clearly that that's not going to happen. There might be some more bits going on my Vinted account, so that's always in the description box if you do want to have a look. Everything I put on last week has gone, but I think I've got some more bits that I'm going to pop on there. Okay, quick change of top, and I'm going to show you my next make. So this make is the Pattern Emporium cuffed t-shirt. So this is about the 3rd or 4th one of these I've made off the belt. Again, I think this is yeah, I think everything is 16 I've done now. Highest neckline in this. There is high, mid, low, but I like the higher one. I just do love the rib. This is like just nudged the Nair t-shirt over for me a little bit. This was some leftover Ponte. It's still available. If you just put Ponte in first for fabrics, there's quite a good choice, but not loads, so you'd see it straight away. I made the Walk Boldly pants in these a few months ago. You'll see how I've styled it with them in a few moments time, and I had it on Sunday when I went to our social stitch in Tyne, and lovely Annie had the black with the gold on, and I think the other colour is black with maybe orange. So it's £4.95 a metre. All of their Pontes are absolutely lovely. I've got a few. So I thought, as I had some scraps of this left, I had enough to make a t-shirt. So rather than sell it on Vinted, I thought I would do that because I wanted to experiment a little bit. So if you've got the Nair t-shirt, the cuff tee is exactly what it says. It's got a cuff that you add onto the bottom of the sleeve. With the Nair t-shirt, I played around with extending the sleeve, so I didn't put the cuff on, because sometimes where the cuff goes on, you get a little bit of a kick out. And yeah, I'm just not keen on that really. Anything that draws attention to the top of my arm, I don't want. So in the pictures, you'll see that I've rolled the sleeves up slightly because this is black inside on the wrong side of the fabric. It looks kind of nice because the neckline is in black. You'll see that I've got it tucked into my Walk Boldly pants, so it looks a bit like a faux jumpsuit, but equally I've got my black pants on still and it looks really great with them. So I think for a transitional make in a Ponte, it's going to be quite versatile actually, because I've got a black cardigan I could just put over the top and take on and off if I felt that I was warm, as things are warming up a little bit. So let me stand up and you can see the sleeves a little bit better. So I added 4 inches onto the pattern, so it's where's the sleeve at? Right, I'm trying to work it out, sorry. So I'm thinking it has a seam and it doesn't. So the sleeve would normally be about here, then you'd add the cuff on. So I added, I'm sure it was 4 or 5 inches onto the pattern. Might have been 5 actually, I need to write that down. And then I've just hemmed it up. Now, I probably could do with bringing this maybe out slightly here, I would say, on the next one, if I want to do that. But that's the point of trying this. But actually, when I roll it up, I might stitch them up because I do like how this looks. So when I just roll that over, and you might think, well, just put the cuffs on, Alison. You could have just done it with black cuffs. And you're absolutely right. I could have. Sorry, I'm making a right mess of that. I'll show you it in the picture because I'm trying to do it not in a way I would normally do it. So personally, I think I just need to taper out the sleeve a little bit. This is obviously a lot thicker than if I just did it in like a cotton jersey or a viscose jersey. And yeah, I like it. I like the bottom of it. It has a slight curve front and back. I think it's slightly longer at the back, which isn't usually something I like, but I do very much like it. And I just overlocked it all together and then cover stitched the hem and the sleeves. It takes no time at all to make because you're not fitting a sleeve into it either. And I do love how this higher neck sits on me. So I don't know what length my necklace is, but it just sits very nicely. I'll lift my chins up just there. So I think, yeah, I'm really pleased with it. You know, when you just do a bit of a gamble and you're not sure if it's going to work, it's definitely worked. So I'll put a few pictures in. Hopefully you'll have seen them now. And I've definitely got enough Ponte in most of the makes, in most of the lengths that I got to do this with. One of them I got enough to do the asymmetric 1 sleeve top that I shared in that plans vlog, because I think that'll be a lovely summer sort of faux jumpsuit again. Okay, so moving on to the next make. I got this fabric for free when I got some denim in the rainbow fabric sale at Christmas, but it's actually a Fabric Godmother fabric. It's still available on Fabric Godmother. So I'll try and remember, and I'll put a link to it in the description box. This is it just here. It's a rust and almost peachy colour. Now, the only thing is, I'm kind of like, what do I pair it with? You'll see how I've styled it up in the picture, and I'm happy with that. The reason I did this was I wanted to do my first sort of toile of, let me grab it, the Pattern Emporium Vacation Vibes Palazzo pants, which are these ones just here. So I've talked about this at length. They come in a wide leg and a subtle leg. I've made them in the subtle leg. I'm not sure I'll ever make these in a wide leg. I think if I had a dressy occasion where I wanted extra va-va-voom, or maybe a beachy vibe on holiday, maybe I would. I think at some point I'll make them just to try it. But you'll see from the pictures, I think they're slightly wider than the lane pants are at the bottom. But obviously if you don't like that, you can taper them in. But I made the subtle ones. I mean, they're not subtle. And I made them in straight size 16 in general, apart from the rise, and I'll come to that in a second. So I made the subtle in a size 16, high rise, but I'll come to the rise. I made them without pockets because this is completely toile. I might have had enough fabric to do that. I'm not sure. And you can put options in like a drawstring and things like that, and you can change them into harem pants. I won't go on about them too much because I talked about them at length in my plans. So let me cover the rise first of all, because I used, before I cut into the pattern at all, I used the pattern pieces from my amended lane pants. That I guess I'm using the rise on that as my sort of pattern for trouser block, if you like. I know it's not a trouser block, but I'm using it in that way. So I know that the front rise fits me on that and the back rise does too. But obviously if the, what's the bit called? As the rise comes round, can I show you on here? Let me find a piece in the pattern that I can explain what I mean. It will be in the instructions. Okay, so I laid the pieces on. So say if this was the back rise, I used a tape measure laid on its side to measure the curve of my lane pants along here, front and back rise, and then put that up against the rise of this. So the curve of the rise is different on this to the lane pants, but it was the length of the rise that I was checking. And the front rise I did on the, I'm going to get the pattern out and check. Okay, so on the pattern there are two rises. There's the high rise and there is a low rise which sits on the hips. But I know personally that my particularly front pattern rise isn't as high as some people's might be. I really hope that makes sense. So the distance for me of this bit to this bit might be shorter than yours, effectively, is what I'm saying. So the front pattern piece I cut on the low rise because that was the same measurement as the front pattern piece of the lanes. So low rise straight size 16, just here. So I mean, it's not of any interest whether you can see it or not, but there. The back rise was different, and this is where you'll see the difference on the pattern piece. So I hope you can see. I'm going to come up close so you can see the lines. So the low rise would have been here, right? Yes, low rise size 16. Sorry about the crinkle. So low rise size 16 is here. If I'd cut it there, it would have been way too short. This is high rise, but the measurement of the lane pant rise compared to this pattern put it on the size 18 rise. So I cut it on the back on the size 18 rise, and the fit on the back is absolutely fine. I think if anything, I would take the front rise down maybe by a centimetre. So probably the next size down. But I want to wear these. They are, I think they're a viscose lawn. They feel like a viscose challis, and I think they'll give a little bit, but it'll give me a bit of an indication, you know, wearing them around the house and things, what they like. I do really like the fit of them, so I'm really interested to see what they are like as I wear them in and wear them in. Well, you know what I mean, as I live in them. You'll see this is them in the picture. So I'm in the picture, I'm wearing them with a white London top by Fibre Mood, which I made a couple of years ago. It's probably too big now. In fact, it is too big, but tucked in, it looks fine with these. Or I could have worn it with a white t-shirt. As I said, the fabric colour with the rust and almost like a pale peach is a bit weird to pair. So I kind of wish I'd got more, but I got it for free, so what can I say? There was 2.5 meters, so I've got chunks left, but not enough to make like a little Ashton top. If you were getting it, I think if you got 3 meters, you'd get a pair of trousers and an Ashton top out of it by Helen's Closet, like a little vest top or a cami or something like that. That would look nice together. That's just sort of my opinion. You might have neutral coloured things that would go with it. I have got some beige fabric that I got B&M Fabrics, but it kind of just doesn't look right because it's the tone of it's different. But yeah, I could wear it with black, doesn't matter. But the main thing was to do the toile, and I'm really happy that that sort of bit of time that I spent on the fit of those lane pants is really helping me with these. And like I said on Sunday, I made a pair of lane pants and I was like, I just don't know if I'm feeling these. It doesn't mean I'll make any more, but I'm going to make quite a few different wide leg trousers as we move through spring. So it'll be interesting to see what the fit is like on all of them. And like I said, I've just thrown one back in the mix. The Sapphire pants, haven't made those for a very long time. So let me know what you think. I am going to put a little video in because it's almost March, and this morning I thought it's almost March and I go and see James, my favourite band, in April. So I actually was listening to their music while I was doing the pictures earlier, and I was having a little dance around and I just recorded myself dancing, so I don't think I've lost the plot totally yet. Well, any more than normal. I just want to say a huge thank you for your comments, because you're starting to chat to each other in the comments, and I love that, because I love to read through different comments, because I think you get people's opinions, people's thoughts, people's suggestions. So I'd love you to do that even more, like interact with each other, you know, make this even more of a community. Let me know as always what you're busy making, because I love to know, even if it's not dressmaking, any sort of sewing, whatever you're up to, or what your plans are. And I will be back on Sunday with some more makes. I've been busy. I'll catch you then.